Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition, the edition that is aimed specifically toward people who want to manifest better. Okay. Number one tool in terms of manifesting is your imagination. Number one, you have to be able to see it in your brain. You have to be able to feel it. You have to be able to touch it. Right between the ears, it's your imagination. Now, that's where it gets a little tricky. Much of what we do today helps to diminish our imagination. Number one on the list is looking at motion picture type stuff, moving video on a screen. We spend a lot of our day doing that kind of a thing. And when you are looking at a screen and there is activity on there that you are meant to follow, over time, your imagination gets weaker and weaker and weaker. Now, it takes a while for this to happen. But the longer you do it day after day after day after day, the quicker your mind dumbs down. The quicker your imagination leaves or diminishes. Because it's trained to. When you are looking at a video, you're paying attention to the action. And because of that, you are letting the author of this draw the pictures for you, not having you draw your own pictures. That's critical. And again, it is absolutely essential, number one, in terms of manifesting. So, we only will have what you see on the screen right here. That's it. No movement, just this card layout. That's it. Many people tell me they close their eyes and they get into kind of a light hypnotic or alpha state, and they just listen and they let the images come to them from their subconscious. Because that's where the power is. It's your subconscious. It's your mind. It's your life experience. That's the power of the tarot. The magic is inside of you. And so this is designed to be strictly audio so that your mind has to fill in the pictures, has to make the connections. One of the other benefits, too, is that you can get up, have a cup of coffee, tea, cereal, sandwich, soup. Doesn't make any difference. As long as you're listening, you're picking up the stuff. You're picking up the vibe. So it's powerful juju for sure. So thank you for being here. Oh, by the way, too, share. Let people know. If you like this, share it with them. Okay, let's kind of put a little muscle into this tarot reading. Alrighty, good. So let's begin. We got a bottom row, a top row. Middle cards in both rows are critical. Bottom row up front, the oracle card is flexible. I think that would qualify. I can't do that. I suspect most people watching this can't do what this young lady's doing. Flexible. I know people who can. I never could. Never could. So flexible. So the key thought, the key idea, the key energy here is flexibility. Well, that's the obvious intonation. That's the obvious target, flexibility. And indeed, that's called for. But as we usually do here on this Manifesting Tarot reading, we're going to go deeper. This is not like any other tarot reading that you get. It's all focused on you. It's all focused on your imagination, your ability to manifest. And that means we have to go deeper. So more than simply being flexible. She reminds me of the Hanged Man. She's getting an entirely different perspective. And this is a profound stretch. Just musculature. Just doing what she's doing is a tremendously powerful stretch. So for me in this reading, the two key ideas are a spiritual stretch that gives you an entirely different perspective. That requires flexibility, certainly, but we've gone deeper. We always do in every reading. And people are picking up on that. Thank you very much in your comments. I don't respond to the comments hardly ever because I'm lazy, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty busy too. So keep commenting and please keep sharing. So let's get to the reading. Bottom row, all the way to the left, we have the Page of Pentacles. Pages change the storyline. You're headed in one direction, and a page shows up, and you're off in another direction. Another adventure. Page of Pentacles here says, okay, we're talking pentacles. Values. You're looking at a change in values. You're seeing things differently. You know, if you come to this reading just thinking value is money, is possessions, is things, please don't even bother, because we don't go there. We're way beyond that. Things are things. And then there's the real valuable stuff. Remember, money doesn't buy you happiness, doesn't buy you love, doesn't buy you friendship, doesn't buy you peace, doesn't buy you even health, because we all die. So what the hell does money buy? It's the trinkets that keep the powerful and rich, and keep you a slave to their system. So maybe we're talking about flexibility, we're talking about stretching, we're talking about a different perspective. Maybe that's what's up for grabs. Maybe the Page of Pentacles is saying, okay, check your pentacles. Check what's important to you. That's the key. So maybe there's going to be a stretch or a change or something in terms of your values. It'll allow you to perform magic in your life. There's no question about it. There's the Magician, number 1 card in the tarot deck. Magician does magic, but what the magician really does is realizes their potential. Okay, it's determination. It's putting together everything that you have in your arsenal. The cups, the swords, the wands, the pentacles, putting all of those parts and pieces together. And then you can do all kinds of magic. And just remember, it comes from you. Don't look outside yourself. Don't look to anybody else. It comes from inside of you. It's already there. It's just a question of whether you access it or not. One of the ways that you might consider Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Knights always bring gifts. And so this knight is emotional, loving, caring, and introspective. That introspective part is the key. Because remember, we're talking about being flexible, a spiritual stretch, a different perspective. How about with the Knight of Cups, beginning to love yourself? As I say all the time, probably in every reading, it all begins with you. If you are looking for that perfect relationship, then you be that perfect relationship to you. You want to do anything, you need to have that stored inside of you. It's there. Tap into it. And one of the ways that you could do that, learning to love and really appreciate yourself, really value yourself, not in a narcissistic way, because again, I say many times, narcissism is not self-love, it is self-hate, masked as self-love. They hate themselves. That's why they got to tear you down. They can't lift themselves, they feel. So tearing you down levels the field. So anyway, here we are, looking at this idea of reevaluating what's important to you, deciding that you're going to use all the tools that you have available to begin to love yourself. To do that, that means that you're going to have to change your thinking. 6 of Swords. Because swords are thoughts, they're ideas, right? Very often in our lives, there are other people's thoughts and ideas that we take on as our own, or if you're very, very young, you simply absorb them because that's what young people do. Anyway, 6 of Swords is passage. It's moving forward beyond the current situation, usually pain of one kind or another. And it is necessary. You are ready to leave the choppy waters, the stormy waters of your life as it has been, especially the last 3 years. And you're ready to move forward with your ideas. You see the 6 of Swords there in the boat. You're ready to move forward towards nicer. You notice he is pushing the boat. You got to do it. You can't just sit and expect it to be done. No, it's going to be like magic, like God's going to come and do it. It all begins and ends with you. Your responsibility for your life is you. This is tapping in. That's what manifesting is all about. Tapping into what is already in you. Next up, top row. All the way to the left, we got the Queen of Wands. This lady walks into a room, everybody knows it. Now, it's not because she's particularly showy or she likes the attention, although she doesn't mind it, and who really does. But she has a presence. She's wholehearted, not half-assed. There is a vibrancy, a charm, an enthusiasm, a self-confidence. And in fact, that enthusiasm and self-confidence is really, they are the essential ingredients to the Wands magic. Okay? Enthusiasm, self-confidence. And for you, we're talking about being flexible, the spiritual stretch, the different perspective. How about if you start working on your charisma, your enthusiasm, your self-confidence? It doesn't have to be large, doesn't have to be big. You don't have to wear green hair. You don't have to wear weird makeup. You don't have to make a loud noise or talk. Queen of Wands doesn't do that. She just shows up and people go, oh. It's that vibe. And it's in all of us. Just in most of us, it's been crushed. Not destroyed, just crushed, held down. Next card up is Justice. This is really what this reading is all about. Fairness, truth, balance. You can get to where you want to go. You can manifest what you want to manifest, but it will take flexibility, that spiritual stretch, that different perspective. But you can get there. You can get there. You have it all inside of you right now. That's why you need the flexibility. Because we fall into, let's face it, as human beings, we're lazy. So if you do it for a while, you can keep doing it. This calls for a little extra on your part. Where are we headed? Ace of Cups. Self-love. After that, 10 of Cups. Your life opens up. You see love. You feel love in places that you have never before. It's amazing. The last two cards, powerful, powerful. Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups. You don't get any more powerful than that in terms of cups. And the final card, the one in the middle, is the vice versa card. It's one of my favorites. It's the Page of Cups. You're thinking about it right now. It's in reverse. So you're giving some serious thought to this. You have been thinking about, geez, how can I make my life better? How can I love myself? How can I enjoy myself? How can I feel I'm plugged into my life? I'm actually participating, not just observing. Think Page of Cups. Now, it's small. It's small. It's not going to be a big deal. This is not going to be a big deal. It's going to be a little thing that will come to you, whether it's a realization or some person or situation, something small. That at the moment you're going to go, well, it's no big deal. But as you look down the road, that was where it all started. Be on the alert. We're coming up to eclipse season. Be on the alert for the opportunity to be flexible, to stretch yourself spiritually, to look at your life from a different point of view. When you do that, the adventure begins. That's the read for today. More tomorrow. Hope you're here with me. If not, the next time you and I have a chance to get together and do tarot, I look forward to it. And in between now and then, peace, blessings, and be inspired.